find it funny that somebody as successful as Dabo Swinney, that, of course, if you're a Clemson fan, unless you're completely insane, you want him to be your head coach. You don't want another head coach. He's one of the best in the business. But if you're going to take it, you got to take the good with, and I won't even call it the bad, the things that you don't like. He's going to be his own man and do it his way. So you you have to take it all, or you can't get the good with trying to change the guy, because he became successful and brought this program to where it is at elite status. We're talking about one of the 3 most successful programs in the country in the last decade, doing it his way.
Yeah. There's a lot of people didn't like the inside hires of Goodwin at defensive coordinator and Streeter at offensive coordinator. Or especially at offensive coordinator, they wanted him to go outside and get fresh eyes and all that. That's just not Dabo Swinney. And, to me, even if you don't like those kind of things, that's just what he's going to do. But to me, I think he's earned the benefit of the doubt over the last few years. That's what I try to tell people, I think he's earned the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Jason, was there anybody that stepped up in the bowl game, either offense or defense, or maybe not just the bowl game, but the last few games of the season, that make you feel good about where they're headed in 2022?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, after James Skalski got hurt in that game, I spent a lot of time watching the linebackers, and we saw a lot of Barrett Carter and Jeremiah Trotter. And Clemson's going to lose, Skalski and Balin Spector. That's 11 years worth of experience at linebacker right there. That's a lot of experience. 2 leaders on that defense. But watching those guys the other night, and not that I already didn't think Clemson was going to be fine at linebacker. I mean, there's a lot of talent there. I hadn't even mentioned Levonta Bentley. He's been patiently waiting his turn. Clemson's going to be fine at linebacker without Skalski and without Spector. Trotter and Carter, along with Trenton Simpson and Bentley, that's going to make for one heck of a rotation. Those guys are thumpers. I think they bring a little more athleticism than what we saw, a little more speed than what we saw with Skalski and Spector. As they get accustomed to their roles and get a little bit more experience, the linebacker group might even be a little bit better than what it's been in the past. And I'm excited about the tight ends in the future too, going forward. I think Jake Brennies, I think Clemson hit big time on him. He, some had him as the number 1 tight end in the country in the 2021 class. And I thought he kind of needed a season to get it, a little bit more seasoned and work on his body. And by the end of the season, he looked like a much different guy from a physical standpoint than he did back in the spring when I first saw him. You can tell he's been putting into work. And while there was he started playing more down the stretch, and there was a little bit growing pains, but there was a lot more good than there was bad. This guy's got a high ceiling. I think Davis Allen really started to get comfortable in his role as the guy at tight end, over the second half of the season. He struggled with some drops over the first couple of games, but that's a position Clemson's not used a lot of, like I said, since Jordan Leggett left. And I'm kind of hoping that they'll get back to using those guys over in the middle of the field now that they got some viable options.
Seems like every time Skalski's hurt, you see him over there talking to guys. You see him anytime there's a sideline huddle, he's in the middle of it. I think this guy might be have some coaching in his future.
I asked him that after the game. And absolutely, he said that's something he already thinks about. He said he's definitely going to take a shot in the NFL first, but he said when that door closes, whether it's sooner, later, whenever, he definitely sees himself somewhere down the line coaching. Says he doesn't see it as a job. He believes in doing things you love in life, and that's something he loves.